Hi all. So today we'll be going to solve the exercise 6.1 which is based on Sumifs, Countif and Countifs, right? So what these all functions known as, like what these functions do, first of all we understand that and then we will look at the data set and then we'll solve the problem. So first function is sum if, right? So just see, we know that we have already used if, we have already used nested if. So what this if function do actually, when I write equals to if, it checks whether a condition met or not, and if the condition is met it will return one value which is true, and if the condition is not meeting it will return the value which is false. And what is the syntax of if? If says that first of all you have to write a logical test. If this logical test is returning true output, then this second value will be going to execute it, that is value if true. And if this logical test is returning false, then value if false will be going to get executed, right? And this logical test always return either true or false. Test will always return whether the test logically that test or that condition is true or whether that condition is false, right? And what is nested if? In nested if, what we did, if the condition is returning false, then we have looked for another condition. Means within if we can nest n number of ifs. Like let's say here you are saying if 45 is greater than 67, then what should write? We have to write 45 is greater than 67. If it is not true, we have to say 45 is less than 67. I am just giving you the example, right? So see how it works. It is returning 45 is less than 67. What is nested if? If I say if 45 is greater than 67, then I am saying 45 is greater than 67. If it is not, again I am using another if. What I am saying? I am saying is 45 is less than 67. This is another logical test. Then what we are saying? 45 is less than 67. Right? This we will print, and otherwise we say, let's say 45 is equals to or does not equals to not greater than or less than 67. I've just taken a hypothetical example, right? And this is how we actually close it. This 45 and 67 can be any value which we can pick from the cell, and here we can write the cell address. But here we have nested if within if. So we have seen these all ways to check the condition and accordingly take the decision. Let's say I have to take the decision, and after taking the decision on certain values which are lying in different cell, we have to add all those values which are pertaining to different cell based on the condition. If the condition is true, then we have to keep on adding those all cell. So for that we will be going to use sumif. Similarly, what is sumif? Let's see the syntax. Equals to sum if. What it says? It adds the cells. It adds the cells specified by a given condition or criteria. It means it will be going to add all those cells which are going to specify or which are going to follow the or which are going to meet the given condition or criteria. There will be a criteria which will be going to given. If that criteria is going to met, then it will be going to add the values which are lying in those all cells, right? Which are meeting the criteria. So the question arises, what is the syntax? Syntax is, there are three arguments. First is range. What is the range where we have to check the criteria? So this range will be going to get checked by this criteria. If within this range the criteria which we have mentioned over there is going to met, then with respect to those all cells where this criteria is meeting, the sum function will be going to get executed, right? So this is SUMIF. Now see how we will use it. Another is, I think, Countif. What Countif do? See, equals to Countif. It will be going to count the number of cells. But what all number of cells it will be counting? It will be going to count all those number of cells in a given cell which are meeting the given condition. You will be going to again give the condition, you will be again going to give the criteria, and if that particular criteria is going to be get matched, then with respect to those all criteria matched cell, it will be going to count the cells and tell ki how many cells are there which are meeting the given criteria. So the question arises, what is the syntax? So the syntax to use Countif is range comma criteria. So you will be going to give the range of array or range of cells or table array, or you can say a column range, and then you will be going to give the criteria. If that criteria is going to get matched within that range, then it will be going to count the cells, right? So this is Countif. Now there is one more function, that is, first of all we see one more function, ifs. There is a function ifs. What this ifs function do? This ifs function is a alternate of nested if. So within this ifs function you can check more than one conditions. It checks whether one or more conditions are met. Like here we are nesting. If we are having more than one condition, we are nesting if within if. Whereas in ifs we can write without nesting multiple ifs all the conditions. In case the conditions are going to met, it will be going to return a true value, otherwise it will be going to return the false value. So what is the syntax? The syntax is, we'll be going to write the logical test and then we'll be going to write the value if true. So if we can have n number of logical tests over here. This is logical test 1, value if true, then logical test 2, then value if true 2. In this way we can have n number of conditions which we can write over here. Similarly, there is one function known as Sumifs. What does Sumifs function do? Equals to Sumifs. So it will be going to add all the cells which are going to get specified or which will be going to meet a given set of conditions or criteria. You can write n number of conditions, you can write n number of criteria. On the basis of all those conditions and criteria, it will be going to add the specified cells which are meeting the condition. So what is the syntax? See, first of all we will be going to write sum range, from which cell we want to add the values, then criteria range 1, and with respect to this criteria range 1, we will be going to write criteria. Then criteria range 2, criteria 2. In this way we can have n number of criteria. Similarly, we are having one function known as Countifs. What this Countif functions do? Here also we can count the cells, but we can write multiple conditions also. Count the number of cells specified by a given set of conditions or criteria. You can write multiple conditions over here. So what is the syntax over here? Criteria range 1, criteria 1, criteria range 2, criteria 2. In this way you can give multiple criteria ranges, and with respect to those all ranges, multiple criteria. And let me tell you, these all are not the only functions. They are function known as maxif. There is a function known as maxifs, then minif, then minifs, then average if, then average ifs, right? So when there are multiple conditions, you will be going to go for ifs function. Sumifs, Countifs, minifs, maxifs, average ifs. If there is a single condition, you will go for Sumif, Countif, maxif, minif, average if. and what kind of aggregation you are going for. If you are going for sum, then you will be using Sumif. If you have to find or count the number of cells, you will be going for Countif. For max, you will be going for maxifs. For minimum, minif. For average, averagef. With this, we will start with the exercise. So this is the exercise which is given. What is the data set talking about? This data set is having various order numbers, various dates on which order has been taken. Then who all are the drivers who will be going to deliver those all orders, or you can say transport those all orders, via which media they will be going to transport those all orders, what is the destination where they have to transport those all items, how many number of items are to be transported, and what is the item name which has to be transported via this transport media to this particular destination. This kind of information is being given to you. Now what is the query which is being asked? What all are the total number of orders which are to be delivered in Boston? What is being asked? They are asking that what all are the total number of orders. When we are saying total number of orders, means which kind of function we have to use. They are not saying to add some cell values, neither they are saying maximum, neither they are asking us to find the average, nor they are asking us to find out the min. They are asking what are all the total number of orders, and how many conditions are being given. Only one condition, that is Boston. So which function will be using? Will be using Countif. Will be using Countif. So we'll say over here equals to Countif range. What is the range where we have to meet the criteria? We have to select the range where the destination is being given, because Boston is the destination. So I will select this range and I'll freeze the cell, and then what is the criteria? Criteria is Boston. Within double quotes I have to write Boston. I will close the bracket and press enter. So see what is the output which is coming? 4. So there are 4 destinations which are actually Boston. If you want to check, you can just apply the filter and check also. We have already covered the filter, right? You can deselect all and just select Boston, and you can count 1, 2, 3, 4. So it means Countif function is absolutely correct. Now you can just remove the filter, right? I have removed the filter. Now come to another condition. Number of microwave orders. Now microwave is what? Microwave is an item. I have to check what all the total number of orders pertaining to microwave. So again, which function we will use? We will use Countif. This time the range is the range of various items. We'll freeze the cell, comma. What is the condition? Condition is microwave. Microwave. As this is a string, that is why we are enclosing within double quotes. Press enter. So microwaves are 5 in number, right? Now again see, number of journeys with truck 3. We have to see ki how many number of journeys are being taken place by truck 3. So again what we have to use? We have to use Countif function. Countif. These are the name of transports, comma. We are looking for which particular transport? Truck space 3. How many journeys are being taken place by truck 3? 8. Now number of Peter White journeys. How many journeys are being taken care by the driver Peter White? So again we will use Countif only, equals to Countif. This time the range will be the name of drivers. We'll freeze it and then say Peter and White. Clear? So this is 6. how many times are number of items less than 20? Now this condition is saying कि just tell me how many number of items, these are the number of items, where the total number of items are less than 20. So what we do, again we will use Countif. This time the range is the total number of items. We'll freeze it and say comma less than 20, less than 20, and we have to just put it within double quotes, right? And then I will be closing the Countif bracket. So there are 9 values, there are 9 items where the total number of quantity is less than 20. I'll do one more thing. I will just write the formula over here so that you can just look at what formula I have mentioned in these all cells, right? So what I'll do, I'll use formula text. I will select this particular cell and press enter. Now see, this is the formula I'm using, and I'll just copy this formula text so you can easily see these are the formulas which are being used by me. Everywhere Countif first is range and second is the condition, right? Now come over here. So these all the questions which are based on Countif. Now see what is being asked, sum of refrigerator items. We have to just sum up all the items which are pertaining to refrigerator. So which function we'll be using? We'll be using sum if, right? Only one condition is given. That is why we'll be using sum if. How we'll be using? I'll say equals to sum if. First is range, where I have to check this refrigerator. So I have to check within item. So this is the range. I am freezing it, comma. What is the criteria? Criteria is refrigerator. Refrigerator. I think refrigerator is only. If this condition is going to match, what I have to do? I have to sum up the items. So where the items are being given, these are the items which are being given, right? And I'll close it. I'll just check the spelling whether I have written the right spelling or not. Refrigerator. Yes, refrigerator. Right? So how many? What are the total number of items which are pertaining to refrigerator? 105. It is not case sensitive. Now see, for washing machine equals to Sumif. From where we have to check the washing machine? From the items. So I'll select the range of items. What is the condition? Condition is washing machine. If this condition met, from where we have to find out the sum? We have to find the sum of total number of items. I'll close it and sum of item transported by truck 4. So again equals to sum if. What we have to check? The transportation type. So this time the range will be the transport. What I am looking for? I am looking for truck 4. If the condition met, what I have to do? I have to find out the sum of all the items. 156. Sum of items transported by trucks. So here all the trucks, we have to just select all the trucks. So what we will do? Sum if, where the transportations are being given. These transportation here, if you look at the type, airplane is also over there. So you have to find the summation of all the transport used by truck, right? But the truck के बाद आपके पास क्या है? Truck 1, truck 2, truck 3, truck 4. So how you'll be considering all the trucks? You will use well this your wildcard. So this time you will be writing truck and then wildcard, that is star. We'll close it. So it will consider, it will be going to consider truck 1, truck 2, truck 3, truck 4, all the words which are starting by truck. And what you have to do, you have to find out the summation of all the items transported by all the transport medias which are truck. And we'll close it. So 511 items are there which are transported through either truck 1 or truck 2 or truck 3 or truck 4. Now what is given? Number of microwave orders in Boston. So two conditions are here. One, the type of item, that is microwave, and second is the destination Boston. And you have to find out the total number. So here you have to use Countifs, right? What you will be going to use? Countifs. Because two conditions are to be met, and because you have to find out total number, the function is count. So how we will use? Equals to Countifs criteria range 1. Criteria range 1 is this, comma, what is the criteria? Criteria is microwave, comma, then criteria range 2, that is truck, that is no, not truck, that is destination Boston, right? Comma, what is the criteria? Criteria is Boston. So you have given two criteria. One is criteria range 1, criteria range 2, criteria. Press enter. So it will be going to look for both the conditions. Similarly, number of Peter White journeys with truck 1. So again what you will do, equals to Countifs. First is Peter White, means this Peter White is a driver name. So I have to take a range of drivers. Then I will say Peter White, values are not case sensitive, right? Then I have to look for transport, type of transport, that is this range, comma, which kind of transport I am looking for? Truck 4. Truck 4. Enter. Okay, I have C2, Peter White, and this. Okay, I forgot to use S over here. That is why it was not accepting two conditions, right? Now see, number of orders in Boston after 3rd February 2021 equals to Countifs. Criteria range 1 will be for destination. Which destination I am looking for? I am looking for Boston, comma, criteria range 2 is date, and what we are saying, this date should be after, means greater than what? Within double quotes I will say, or we can as it is date, we can just leave it as it is, 03, then this is 02, then 2021. Countifs. D2 Boston, comma, B2, okay, comma, B2 to B25 within double quotes. I have to write within double quotes, right? And this is 2, right? Now number of orders between 3 to 2021 and 5 to 2021. So both the conditions are from the date only. So what we will do? We will say Countifs this is the date column, comma, double quotes, greater than what is the condition which is given? It is greater than 3rd February 2021, means 03-02. You have to write exactly in the same way as it is mentioned, right? Second condition is, again I will select the date only, same column, same range, comma, less, comma, double quotes, less than is 05-02 hyphen 5th February 2021. Close the bracket. So there are the 5 number of orders which are being placed between these two dates. Now sum of microwave transported to New York. So how many conditions are there? Again 2. One is type of item, second is destination. What you have to find out? Sum. So which function you will be using? You will be using Sumifs, because 2 conditions are there. If more than 1 conditions are there, then you have to use ifs, s, like plural of that particular aggregation. So equals to sum ifs. First is sum range. What you have to find out? You have to find out the sum of microwaves transported to this. So we will be going to take the number of items. It means you have to count the number of items, right, which are being transported to New York, and the type of item is microwave. So criteria range 1 will be type of item. Where the type of item is being given, these are the type of items. What is the criteria? Criteria is microwave. Second is destination. So destination range is this, criteria range 2. What is the criteria? Criteria is your New York, NY, and we press enter. These are 25. Next is sum of items transported to Pittsburgh by truck 1, right? So what we'll do, again we'll say sum ifs. We have to sum of all the items. So these are the items. We have to sum up. What is the condition? First condition is that it has to be transported to this Pittsburgh. It means we have to look at the destination first, and then I'll say, I can freeze this also. What is the spelling? Within double quotes, PITTSBURGH, Pittsburgh, comma. Then you have to see via which particular transportation it has been basically transported. So that is truck 1. So we'll go to the array which is mentioning or showing all the different types of transports. Then I'll write the name of transport, that is truck 1. So 75 are the total number of items which are transported to Pittsburgh by truck 1. Sum of items ordered between 3rd February 2021 and 5th February 2021. So again we say sum ifs, then total sum of items. So again we will select the range of items, comma, criteria range 1 is the order date. So this is order date. Then we say comma, within double quotes, greater than 3rd February 2021, comma, again the range is date column only, will freeze it, comma, it is less than, within double quotes, it is less than 5th February 2021. I can say equals to also, it depends upon the condition, right? Now sum of items transported to New York Baltimore and Pittsburgh. Means I have to first of all see how many items are there which are transported to New York. Then I have to see how many total number of items which are transported to Baltimore, and then we have to find out how many total numbers of items which are transported to Pittsburgh, and the output of these all three are to be added together, right. So firstly we will be going to find out the sum using sum if, and at the end whatever the result is, for that we have to use simple sum function, right. So we will see how we'll be going to do this. So here I have to find out the sum, but what all summation, what all numbers we have to sum up? First of all, total number of items which are transported to New York. So I'll use sum if. What I have to sum? I have to sum the total number of items, but here what is the criteria range 1? Criteria range 1 is the range of destination. Which destination I am looking for? New York. This is first sum if. Second, right? Because see, the syntax of sum says number 1 comma number 2 comma number 3. First number will be getting the total number of items transported to New York. Second is, again I'll use another sum if. Again the same formula will be there. I am copying from here, right? But this time what is the criteria? The criteria is your what is the criteria? I have to just check the condition. I think it is, right now I will write Baltimore, yes, Baltimore. This is the spelling, Baltimore. I'll close it. Again I'll say comma. Again I'll be using sumif function. Sumif, and again we'll be mentioning the same item range, then the transportation range, and this time we have to look for New York, Baltimore, and one more was there, that is actually we are not able to see the problem statement because it is hidden. It is Pittsburgh, right? It is Pittsburgh. So I'll write Pittsburgh. Close it. This is sumif and sum. Enter. Somewhere we did a mistake. What is that? Sumif. This is range PI Pittsburgh. This is of sumif and this is of sum. Sumif and sum. So as such there is no mistake what it is saying. There is a problem with the formula. Might be I have copied, that is why it is giving me here. I have copied the range, so in spite of copy I'll be going to select, right? I'll be going to select. Here I have copied, so I'm not copying over here. Now this is, I have to find out the items, comma, I have to select from the destination, right? And then again come here, Baltimore. Okay, fine. Then again I am using sumif. Then here again I will select by my own. This is the item range, comma, then criteria range. This is the criteria range. Sumif E2 to E25, G2 to G25, NY, comma, sumif E2 to E25, Baltimore, comma, sumif. Let me see what it is returning. We can check in this way also. This is returning anything? No. It is not returning anything. This is also not returning anything. Doesn't matter, we'll do it again. We do it separately. First of all, we'll see for New York For New York, what is the function which we'll be using? Equals to sumif range. Okay, I have written opposite. Range is this. Got the problem. I'll write it again. I have to write the sum range later on. Sum, then sum if. First of all, we have to give the criteria range. So criteria range is this. This is the criteria range, right? All the destinations. I am freezing it, comma. What is the criteria? Criteria is New York. What we have to find, what all values we have to sum up. We have to sum up all the items which are going to get transported to New York, right? And then I will be closing this comma. Now see what we have to do. I'll be copying this same formula twice. I'll copy this same formula twice. Control C, comma, Control V, comma, Control V. What I'll be changing? I'll be only changing the name of destination. Second one is Pittsburgh and third one is Baltimore. This is Baltimore. Baltimore. And then see, have I closed two brackets? No. This last bracket is of sum. This is 321. Right? Now we see what is the exact formula which we have written. So I'll copy this. Control V. This is formula text function which will be going to give me the relative addressing, just to make you people understand that what formula, exact formula I have used. So this is the formula which I have used. You can just check it out. So, right, when one condition is over there, we have to find out the total count. I have used Countif. When one condition is over there, I have to find out the summation. Sumif is being used. When multiple conditions are there and we have to count the total number, I have used Countifs. When multiple conditions are there, we have to find out the total. I have used Sumifs. And when three conditions are there and we have to sum up the output of all the three, I have used thrice Sumif within the sum function. Right? So this is all for this exercise. I hope you will be able to practice it. If you will not be able to practice it, if you are having still some doubts, you can come back to me, you can ask me. So this is for first problem statement, this is for second problem statement, this is for third problem statement, this is for fourth problem statement, and this is the last one, where we have nested multiple sum if within sum function.